A young woman sat outside the monastery gates, her face streaked with tears. She had traveled 3 days to reach this place, carrying a weight that felt heavier than the mountains surrounding her. The old Buddhist master found her there as the sun began to set. "Why do you weep?" "Child," she looked up, her voice breaking. "Master, everything in my life is falling apart. I lost my job last month. My partner left me. My mother is sick, and I can't afford her treatment. My car broke down on the way here, so I walked the last 10 miles. I feel like the universe is punishing me. Everything I touch turns to disaster." The master sat beside her on the cold stone. "Tell me, what have you been doing about all this?" "Everything," she cried. "I apply for jobs every day, but no one calls back. I tried to save my relationship, but it only pushed them further away. I work extra shifts when I can find them. But it's never enough for the medical bills. I'm fighting so hard. But nothing goes right. I'm exhausted from trying." The master nodded slowly. "Come with me." He led her to a small room in the monastery where a single candle burned. On the table sat a glass of water. "Put your hand in the water," he instructed. Confused, she did as asked. "Now, make a fist and try to grab the water." She clenched her fingers, but the water simply flowed through them. "Harder," he said. "Really try to hold it." She squeezed with all her might. The water escaped even faster, splashing onto the table. "This is what you're doing with your life," the master said gently. "The harder you grasp, the more it slips away. Now, cup your hand." She relaxed her fingers. Forming a gentle cup, the water pooled in her palm. "This is the secret most people never learn." The master continued. "When nothing goes right, we think we must fight harder, push more, force solutions. But life is like water. It flows where it needs to flow. When you fight the current, you exhaust yourself and still end up where the river wants to take you, only now you're too tired to swim. So, I should just give up?" She asked, bitterness creeping into her voice. "No. You should do what water does." "What does water do?" The master poured water onto the table. Instead of fighting the wood, the water found the grooves, the small channels, the path of least resistance, and flowed perfectly along them. Water doesn't surrender. It adapts. It finds another way. When it meets a rock, it doesn't beat itself against it. It flows around. Over time, the water wears down the rock, not through force, but through patience and persistence. He walked to the window. "Look at that tree. Last winter, heavy snow broke many of its branches. Did it fight the snow? Did it rage against the winter? No, it let the broken branches fall. And look now, new growth everywhere. Stronger branches, reaching in new directions it never would have explored if the old ones hadn't broken." The woman stared at the tree, something shifting in her chest. "You've been treating your problems like enemies to defeat," the master said. "But what if they're teachers? What if losing your job is life telling you that path was wrong? What if your relationship ended because something better awaits? What if this hardship is preparing you for a strength you didn't know you needed?" "But my mother." "I can't just flow around that problem." "No. But you can flow with it. Stop fighting reality and start working with it. Accept what is happening first. Not because you like it, but because it's already here. You can't change what's already happened. But from that acceptance comes clarity. From clarity comes right action." He sat back down. "There's an ancient teaching: when you argue with reality, you lose, but only every single time. Your power isn't in controlling what happens to you. Your power is in choosing how you flow with what happens." So what do I do? Tonight, nothing. Rest. Tomorrow, instead of forcing doors open, look for the ones already ajar. Instead of demanding the universe give you what you want, ask what it's trying to teach you. Stop swimming upstream. Turn around and see where the current actually wants to take you. You might find it somewhere better than where you were trying to go. The woman stayed at the monastery for 3 days. She learned to sit with her fear instead of fighting it. She learned to breathe through her panic instead of pushing it away. She learned that acceptance wasn't giving up, It was gathering strength. When she left, nothing in her life had changed. She still had no job, no partner, sick mother, broken car. But everything was different. She had learned the master's secret. True power comes not from controlling the storm, but from learning to dance in the rain. Months later, she wrote to the master. She had found work as a caregiver, inspired by caring for her mother. It paid less than her old job but filled her heart in ways she never expected. Her mother's illness had brought them closer than they'd been in years. She hadn't found a new partner, but she had found herself. "You were right," she wrote. "The river knew where I needed to go. I just had to stop fighting the current."